Sriyati Rajaya Vivekananda Surai Sachet Sukha Sarupaya Swamine Tapaharine. I bow down to Swami Vivekananda, who is the king among the monks and the hero among human beings. He is the embodiment of existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute, Satchidananda, who was born to save humanity. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace be unto all. This morning our subject is various facets of Vivekananda. Hot water. Who is Vivekananda? He carried the message of Vedanta to the West, the first Hindu monk. In 1894, in Brooklyn Ethical Association, he said, I have a message to the West as Buddha has a message to the East. And that message is Vedanta. Universal religion. Some Kashi cough. First I shall tell you about Vivekananda. Who is he? Sri Ramakrishna said, thank you. He is Saptarshi Rishi, he is a sage among this, one of the 7 sages, who was in deep meditation. Sri Ramakrishna, in his vision, saw that he went to that sage and asked him, I am going to the world, you come with me. You see, avatar, a divine incarnation, does not come alone. He comes with his group of people who will carry his message. Jesus did not come alone. He came with his 12 disciples. So what happened? Sri Ramakrishna remarked about Vivekananda on various times. Very interesting way he said. He is a Nararupi Narayan. He was a sage, illumined sage of previous incarnation. He is Nitya Siddha, eternally perfect. He is Dhyan Siddha Mahapurush. He is a great soul, perfect in meditation. I am telling the adjectives Swami Sri Ramakrishna used about his main disciple. Narendra dwells in a very higher realm, Nirakarer God. That is the domain of formless, infinite Brahman. He belongs to that place. Purusha Satta is manly. So many devotees came to me, but none like him. Sometimes I evaluate my disciples. I see some lotus are 10 petals, some 16 petals, some 64 petals, some 100 petals, but Narendra is high 1,000 petal lotus. The Guru is evaluating the disciple. Sometimes I see other human beings like a small pot jar, a cup, but Narendra is a huge water barrel. Sometimes I see others are like pool, small pond, but Narendra is just like a huge lake, like Haldar Pukul. Narendra, other fishes I see small, fillet and all this small fish. Narendra is a big carp with red eyes. I see others are very small hole. Narendra is a big bamboo with a big hole. He is not subject to anything. He has no attachment for these worldly things. He's like a male pigeon. I'm using that how much similes Sri Ramakrishna used about his main disciple. He's a male pigeon. If you touch his beak, it will shake. But if a female pigeon, if you touch the beak, it does not move. Then he further said, Narendra, Mahamaya, the enchantress, is scared to go to him because he is a blazing fire. He will burn the Maya. He is a man of truth. Then he said, you will have to understand, Narendra was brought up with Western education. Scientific, rational Western education, which taught him, do not accept anything without evidence. Prove it. Challenge. With that attitude, he went to Sri Ramakrishna. He gave up Hinduism. He joined Brahmo Samaj, a socio-religious organization in India. He did not believe God with form. He did not believe the doctrine of Guru. He did not believe the doctrine of Avatar. He did not believe Advaitavad, non-dualism. He did not believe reincarnation. Those are the basic things in Hinduism. But after coming in contact with Sri Ramakrishna, he changed everything. It is not easy to change Vivekananda. The thing which he thinks true, nobody can change him. As you remember that his father died, he was in dire poverty, came to Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna said, go to my mother. Whatever you want, she will give to you. He went to the mother 3 times. What did he pray? He could not pray for money. He could get the whole world from the Divine Mother. The wealth of whole world he could get. He prayed only 5 things. Mother, give me knowledge, give me devotion, give me discrimination, give me renunciation, and give me uninterrupted vision. These are the 5 things he prayed 3 times. Came back to Sri Ramakrishna. You do not believe in my mother. That is the reason you have all this problem. Said, I don't know your mother. Finally, Vivekananda accepted the Divine Mother, Shakti, God with form. Then he believed, he made Sri Ramakrishna his guru. He believed Sri Ramakrishna was an avatar. He preached non-dualism, Advaita Vedanta in the West, and also Punarjanmavad. Christopher Isherwood wrote, when a being like Vivekananda is converted, then the 19th century is altered. One cannot sufficiently stress that point, that a great man has great doubts and a great conversion, and that there are tremendous effects from that conversion. Vivekananda was transformed, changed. One day in Dakshineshwar, Keshav Chandra Sen, Vijay Krishna Goswami, the great Brahma leaders, and Narendra at the time is college students, are seated in Sri Ramakrishna's room. Sri Ramakrishna is looking at them. Then when Keshav and others left, Narendra was there. I was watching. Keshav has only one power, and that made him world famous. Narendra had 18 such powers. I was watching all these people are like a candlelight. Narendra is the whole blazing sun. Narendra means Vivekananda protested. Sir, you are crazy. Keshav Sen is world famous and I am a college student, nobody knows me, and you are eulogizing, glorifying. It is not right. Sri Ramakrishna says, what can I do, my boy? The Divine Mother is showing me. The Divine Mother is showing me. Sri Ramakrishna passed away in 1886. Vivekananda started Ramakrishna Monastery in Baranagar. He told us at that time they are full poverty, they had no food. He so told his brother disciples, you will see, our names will be recorded in the history. Our names will be recorded in the history. It became true. After his Parliament of Religions in Chicago, 1893, the huge volumes of Parliament of Religions, Dr. Barrows, then Kate Neely, you will find Vivekananda was there. In 1976, bicentennial of the American independence, I went to Washington, D.C. and they made an exhibition. The foreigners came to America and left a tremendous legacy, contribution to the American heritage and culture and religion and education. Vivekananda is one of them. I went to see that exhibition in the Smithsonian Institution in Washington, D.C. Name of the exhibition was Abroad in America. In 1964, C.T. Jackson, I met him once in 1993. He wrote in UCLA, he got his PhD, Swamis in America. The whole history of the Ramakrishna movement, Vedanta movement in the United States, huge volume. I bought the thesis, $32. I have that volume in my room. Swami is in America. As Swamiji says, our names will be recorded in the history. You will see that history. Our Nina also, a devotee from Boston, wrote The Gift Unopened about Vivekananda. Philip Goldberg wrote American Veda. There are many books came, volumes after volumes, about Vivekananda. Swamiji stayed in the West 5 years. First time 3.5 years, second time 1.5 years. He said, I shall never see 40. He lived 39 years, 5 months, 24 days. And he said, I have given enough for 1,500 years to thinking humanity. But he worked only 7 or 8 years. He was at the Department of Religion at the age of 30. At the age of 39, he died. 9 years, 2-3 years, he was not well. So only 7-8 years he worked. Look, that person's speed. None of that 18 powers, those I shall not go to tell you. You will find in the Bhagavatam, Book 11, Chapter 15. Bhagavatam, Book 11, Chapter 15, Krishna describes 18 powers to Uddhava. Powers. That one man with so many facets, unbelievable. Please read his biography, Vivekananda, by Eastern and Western disciples. Sharat Chandra Chakraborty, his disciple, wrote, in knowledge, Swamiji was Shankara. In large-heartedness, he was Buddha. In devotion, Narada. In the knowledge of Brahman, Shukadeva. In debate, Brihaspati. In beauty, Kamadeva. In heroism, Arjuna. And in the knowledge of the scriptures, Vyasadeva. He is number one in every aspect. I wrote down that how many facets we see in him. Swamiji is a man of wisdom, means Jnani, an ideal worker, Karma Yogi, a yogi, Raja Yogi, a devotee, Bhakta. He was a monk, an ascetic, a sage, and a mystic. He was a leader, orator, a poet, an artist, a writer, a conversationalist, a debater, a singer, a musician, and a humorist. He was a philosopher, a linguist, educationist, a patriot, a humanist, and a reformer. According to Turiyananda, he was a perfect man. And Ekashchandra. It's a beautiful word. Ekashchandra. Moon. Moon is only one. There cannot be two moons. Eka, one. Chandra, moon. One moon. So Vivekananda is one, without a second. He is a perfect human being. He is perfect in every respect. And that they say, religion is a manifestation of perfection already in human beings. Religion is a manifestation of divinity already in human beings. The old religion says he was an atheist who did not believe in God. The new religion says he is an atheist who does not believe in himself. That's Swami Vivekananda taught to the American people. You are not sinners. You are the children of immortal bliss. Awaken your divinity. He was a hero. He used to joke about his name, Narendra. Nara means human beings, man. Indra means king. I am the king among monks. That is the name he got from his family. He loved human beings. Give up all the worshipping all these gods. Worship the living gods, human beings. God dwells in all human beings. How? As consciousness. Consciousness. That consciousness is Brahman. That is in human beings. So forget other gods, worship the living gods. That's Swamiji taught. That we do. He was a very interesting person. If a poor person comes, help him. If a hungry person, feed him. A sick person, nurse him, give him medicine. A rich person, give him spirituality. You can worship human beings differently. Somebody asked him, how can I see God? If you want to see God, go to the cottage of the poor people. There you will see God. How can I realize God? Serve them. That he taught people. Serve them. In 1900, before the second time when he came, before leaving this country, he told a devotee in San Francisco, Madam, you see, I might have to be born again. Look, he has no desire to be born. He is illumined soul, nitya mukto, ever free. Madam, I will have to be born again. Why, Swamiji? Because I fell in love with human beings. আমি মানুষকে ভালোবেসে ফেলেছি. I love human beings. I'll have to be born again. What a great man Swamiji was. Vivekananda was Narayana in human form, universal man, and the lover of mankind, humankind. Now I shall tell you some incidents and episodes of Vivekananda's life. During the initial stage, he went to Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna gave him the test of God realization. He touched Narendra's chest, and immediately the world started to move around, and was trying to vanish. Narendra cried out, Sir, what are you doing? What are you doing? I have parents at home. I have brother, sister. What are you doing? What are you doing? Means the whole world disappeared from his mind, and Brahman, he was getting that cosmic consciousness experience. Experience of cosmic consciousness merged into the divine. Again, Sri Ramakrishna started to rub his chest and brought him to a normal state. Sri Ramakrishna used to make joke. I thought that I would get a companion, but the moment he touched, he started to shout that I have parents. I thought I shall get a companion, but he does not. He could not move along with me. Anyhow, very interesting. Every mystic passes through dark night of the soul. Struggle, struggle. Spiritual life means struggle, struggle, struggle. No mystic got illumination without through struggle. Their struggle and our struggles are different. One day he came to Girish Chandra Ghosh and said, Maya is trying to overpower me, and I am trying to overpower Maya. Either in this war, either Maya will die or I will die. There will be no compromise. Bas. That is the reason Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna says, Maya is afraid to go near him. He is a blazing knowledge of Brahman. Maya will be burnt. Maya will disappear. Maya means darkness, ignorance. When there is a blazing fire, there cannot be any ignorance. Another day he was talking with Girish Chandra Ghosh, another devotee of Sri Ramakrishna. Do you know what is my obstacle? My obstacle is my guru. My guru is my obstacle. I can forget everything, even the body, except that crazy Brahmin of Dakshineshwar, that means Ramakrishna. He has become my obstacle. If I do not forget him, I can't have the supreme knowledge of Brahman, which is beyond name and form. Girish was dumbfounded. He even wants to banish his guru. What a great stage he is in. Sri Ramakrishna had the same problem. Mother Kali, his chosen deity, was the problem, was an obstacle. He could not attain that Nirvikalpa Samadhi because of Kali. So he took the sword of knowledge and cut his Ishta and then merged into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. I am telling you that even the mystics go through these struggles. Service. Girish Ghosh once mentioned, once Ronin and myself, we sat for meditation in Kashipur Garden House. Oof, so much mosquitoes. I could not sit. I just got up and went to my room. I saw Narendra was absorbed in meditation. His whole body is full of mosquitoes, just like a blanket. Blanket. But he was motionless. Nobody idea. That is a sign of an illumined soul. Guru and disciple. Ramakrishna was a wonderful Guru. Guru means he is an avatar Guru. And Vivekananda was a wonderful disciple. Sri Ramakrishna trained him. He was very handsome, extremely handsome. So one day he came and tremendously intelligent. He came with parted hair. So Sri Ramakrishna put his hand in his hair and shuffled it and told him, "You have not come to this world for worldly enjoyment, boy. This worldly enjoyment is not for you." Then Narendra told, "Sir, what about you? You have a nice mattress, big bolster, you are enjoying." Sri Ramakrishna smiled and said, "I work very hard for the mother. You also work hard. Mother will give you mattress after mattress." There is one statement. Another statement I heard, তোকে দেড় হাত গদিতে শোয়াবে। দেড় হাত মানে one hand means here to here 18 inches and another 9 inches. মানে 27 inches mattress you will get. Do you know what happened? The American people gave Swamiji a bed steed, spring bed. That bed is still in his room in Belur Mart. And several mattresses. So one day he remembered that incident and immediately got down and tried to measure that whether what Sri Ramakrishna says is true or not. Exactly same height. And it is mattress after mattress. He burst into tears. He said, even in joke, if Sri Ramakrishna said anything, it became true. After returning from this country during the Calcutta reception, look what Swami Vivekananda said. If there has been anything achieved by me, by thoughts or words or deeds, if from my lips has ever fallen one word that has helped anyone in the world, I lay no claim to it. It was his. But if there have been curses falling from my lips, if there has been hatred coming out of me, it is all mine and not his. All that has been weak has been mine, and all that has been life-giving, strengthening, pure and holy has been his inspiration, his words, and he himself. Guru Bhakti, devotion to the Guru. Swamiji's empathy for others. He was overworked in America. He wrote a letter. If another Hindu would work like me, would die vomiting blood. When I left home, my two eyes cried. My one eye cried for my mother. I loved her. My mother. And another eye cried for my Guru. If I would not leave home, my Guru's message would not spread. That is it. he could not, he is such a large-hearted person, he could not bear others' pain and suffering. Before coming to this country, he told Swami Chetanananda at Aburoja station, "Brother, I do not understand what religion is, but this I understood. I learned how to feel for others. My heart has been expanded. I can embrace whole humanity. I exactly know how to feel for others. Empathy." He was not well. He was sent to Simultala, a resort place. He saw that at noon time some poor people came to that host, he was a rich man, house for some pan. Pan means foamy water of rice after cooking. They cook rice with water, then they empty it. The water, foamy water will go away and the rice will remain in the pot. And these poor people has come to drink that foamy water. They are so poor, they have no food. Swami Vivekananda saw it. He told the host, "Please give my food to these poor people." And he left his home and came to Calcutta. The brother Giuseppe said, "How come? You are supposed to go and take rest." "No, brother. I cannot bear the pain, suffering of people. It is impossible for me." That is true religion to me. Sometimes in Calcutta, suppose a beggar asking a little money, he gave the whole money to his bus fare, tram fare. He gave to this poor person, that beggar, and walked 7-8 miles. I cannot bear sufferings of people. Impossible. In 1900, in Pasadena, in Buddhistic India lecture, Swamiji said, "You people will see in India all the great saints are worshipped. Within 10 years after my death, I will be worshipped as God." That is true. Within 10 years after my death, I will be worshipped as God. That we see in Vivekananda. His humility. Swamiji was at Belur Math. Our monastery is the west part of Calcutta, Ganges. And Dakshineshwar is the east part of the Ganges. Calcutta is the east part of the Ganges. So Swami Sri Ramakrishna's nephew, Ramlal, came to see Swamiji by boat. And there was a choppy, stormy day, and the water weighted his body. So when he came to the monastery, Swamiji saw his clothes are wet. He said, "Hey, bring a cloth for Brother Ramlal." And he took him to his room. "Brother, please change your cloth and simply take rest. Take rest on my bed." "But Swami, you are a monk, I cannot sleep on your bed." Swamiji took him and threw him on his bed. "Lie down, obey me." And then he started to massage his feet. where is world famous Vivekananda, and he has a temple priest, nephew of Ramakrishna in Dakshineshwar. Swamiji said, Dada means elder brother. I remember when I was a student, I used to go to Dakshineshwar to Sri Ramakrishna. He used to feed me. He used to give me breakfast. He used to help me. He used to make bed for me. How can I forget those days? I may be world famous now, but I cannot pay the debt. And people marvel, see his humility. Truthfulness. Once in Dakshineshwar, Sri Ramakrishna, Swamiji said to Sri Ramakrishna, son, I shall come at 3 o'clock. But he arrived in Dakshineshwar at 2 o'clock. He did not enter the temple garden. He was waiting outside the gate. People left the message that Naren has come. Sri Ramakrishna went to the gate. Why don't you catch in? Sir, I told you 3 o'clock. I left home a little early, so I arrived Dakshineshwar earlier. So I am waiting. When 3 o'clock will be, at that time I shall come inside. Sri Ramakrishna began to talk to him on the street outside the gate. Very truthful. Always keep your words. That will increase the integrity of your character. During his itinerary days, I am just telling you some stories of Swamiji, his various facets. He became a babysitter in Mahabaleshwar. He was staying in a lawyer's house, and that the lawyer has a baby crying, and the parents did not get any sleep. So one night, Swamiji told the baby's mother, why don't you give the baby to me and you go to sleep? Swamiji, we cannot control this baby, and how will you control it? Let me try. Give your baby to me. Swamiji took the baby, put on his lap, and began to meditate. And baby did not cry at all. Perhaps you can hire Swamiji as a babysitter. Those who have little babies. Wonderful. But how are you going to do that? You see, these people have tremendous willpower. Sri Ramakrishna Swamiji was part of Shiva. Shiva was a guru. Sharat Chandra Chakraborty, a disciple of Swamiji, used to go to Nag Mahashaya, a saint, Saint Nag Mahashaya. He was also a household disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. So Sharat Babu wanted initiation from Nag Mahashaya. Nag Mahashaya said, oh no, I cannot initiate you. You are a Brahmin. I am a Kayastha. Kayastha means I am a that warrior caste, Kshatriya. No, I want initiation. No, I shall not initiate you. But one day, Nag Mahashaya says, your guru will be Lord Shiva. Immediately he believed, because he is a man of truth. Only truth comes from his lips. Swamiji returned in 1897 to India. And Sharad Babu went and see Swamiji in Alam Bazar Mosque. After lunch, Swamiji was sleeping. And Sharad Babu was waiting and watching. He saw Lord Shiva was lying down. Vivekananda disappeared. The image of Lord Shiva. He rubbed his eyes and saw Shiva again. Then he remembered that Nagma Sahib blessed me, gave me a boon, that my Guru will be Lord Shiva. And he took initiation from Swamiji. I remember I was in Hollywood. Dr. Larry Holt, a devotee, told me a story which he heard from Swami Akhilananda in Boston. Swamiji gave a lecture in Harvard University, Emerson Hall, and Professor William James introduced him after the lecture. When Swamiji was coming out from the hall, one student says, I'm very disappointed today. Well, why? Well, I was told this man is a great speaker, great orator. But I did not feel that way. He's a great philosopher. I don't feel that way. The other student said, why do you think so? Because I understood everything he said. I understood every word he said. So how can he be a great philosopher? Or philosopher generally will confuse you. Bombastic word, and delude you. I remember I wrote down and I used it. He encouraged the monks study. A religious organization, the monks must develop intellectual knowledge, scriptural knowledge. Otherwise, that organization will dwindle. Only rituals, food, prasad, singing, dancing will not work. He asked Ramakrishna monks should be well trained, well educated. For that reason, he bought Encyclopedia Britannica, 24 volumes in the library. So one day Sharad Babu was telling, is it possible to read all these volumes? Swamiji said, what do you mean? I already finished 12 volumes. You ask me questions from any one of them. So he brought one volume and question. He started to speak about it. But how is it possible? It is possible if you have celibacy and control of the mind. He says the difference between man to man is the difference of concentration. Concentration. He had tremendous concentration. So one evening he was reading in his couch. The dining bell was rang. He did not hear. So all monks are waiting in the dining hall. Without Swamiji, how can we start reading? Then Brahmananda sent Swami Shubodhananda, Koka Maharaj. He was young. Hey Koka, bring Swamiji. So Swamiji was reading. Koka Maharaj, from the back, closed his book. Swamiji became angry. Hey, why did you close my books? I forgot where I was reading. Swamiji, I checked the page number. I shall give it to you. Now you come and for dinner. We are all waiting for you. Otherwise food will be cold. Then Swamiji followed him and went for dinner. These brother disciples, they have so much mutual love, mutual respect, that makes the spiritual community joyful. Swamiji had a friend. He used to go also with Swamiji to Sri Ramakrishna. His name is Kali Prasanna Chattopadhyay. So in 1912, he told his reminiscences about Swamiji. When Swamiji returned from America, I asked him, Swamiji, do you remember that in Sri Ramakrishna's room we are talking about how the finite can merge into the infinite? Do you remember? Oh yes, I remember. Could you show me? Swamiji says, my health is not very good today, but I can try. You put your 2 hands on my hands. He put his hand on there, and Swamiji closed his eyes and began to meditate. Then that man wrote what kind of experience he had. I felt as if I were flying over a vast ocean. I was flying for ages after ages through rain and thunderstorms. I was not aware of how long I was moving that way, and finally I got exhausted. As I started looking for a shelter, I found a raft. I boarded it, and it took me to Dakshineshwar, where I saw Sri Ramakrishna and the devotees. That is Maya. Time, space, causation, vanish. Maya is nothing but time, space, causation. Vivekananda, a worshipper. One day he said, today I shall perform the ritualistic worship in the shrine. So all monks went, his disciples all went. So Swamiji did the worship. Worship means he started to meditate. Then all are closed eyes and meditating. He took the flower tray and put on the head of each disciple. And they are watching. And then the remaining flowers, he offered to Sri Ramakrishna. This story was told by Swami Bodhananda. And Bodhananda knew, he was the eyewitness. He wrote this story and told to Swami Siddheswarananda in Paris. So in 1992, when I was in Paris, a devotee gave me that reminiscences to me. It is a beautiful document. I published it. So what happened, he proved that the Sri Ramakrishna, or God, and all these human beings, they are also God. That he tried to penetrate into the minds of his disciples. You are divine. Amazing, he demonstrated. Swami Bodhananda, almost time, farewell, Swamiji selected his passing away, 4th of July, 1902, American independence. He consulted the almanac and put a page mark there. Do you know what? Lord Shiva gave him a boon, Ichha Mrityu. I can die whenever I wish. I shall die whenever I wish. That boon he got. So what happened? He passed away that day, 4th of July. He came back from his walk. In the afternoon. Then he went to his room. At that time, Bodhananda was walking with him. And when he was walking on the second steps, his room was first floor, in the ground floor. Second steps, he looked at him and said, "Hey," he was his secretary, "how much money do I have?" "Oh, Swami, maybe 4 or 5 rupees in your wallet. 4 or 5 rupees. You know, the other day I went to a monk's room, I found his mosquito curtain is torn. Please buy a new mosquito curtain for that monk. Otherwise he will be bitten by mosquito and he will get malaria fever. Please remember, this man is going to die within 2 hours. Within 2 hours, this man is going to die. He knows it. He is thinking about a monk's mosquito curtain. That is called love. That is where you can demonstrate your love. Amazing. And when he was in his room, lying down, his attendant was Brajendra. This story I got in Vedanta Darpan magazine. I think it is 1934-35 in New York Vedanta Society. Nowhere I found that incident. So what happened, Swamiji gave so many messages all over the world. But what is his last message? He told his attendant, "Give my rosary, I shall repeat my mantra, and you go out of my room and outside." And what he said, "Wait and meditate till I call you." That was the last words came from Vivekananda's lips. Wait and meditate till I call you. Thank you. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasoma jyotirgamayo mritturma amritam gamayo avirabirma edi rudra jatte dakshinam mukham tena mam pahi nityam om shanti shanti shanti. Lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, lead us from death to immortality, light us through, and guide us evermore with the loving presence. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all.